How do you find reliable painters and subcontractors? It's a huge problem that a lot of people have, and in this video I want to talk about the main way to fix it. So I have other videos where we've talked about the difference between hiring employees versus subcontractors, and there's a lot of benefits to using subcontractors, especially early on in the life of business. There's benefits to using employees as well, but just to keep this video simple, we're going to talk about just how do you find good, reliable, trustworthy subcontractors that you want to work with, that represent your brand well, they do great work, they're easy to work with, and it's a true partnership. That's what makes an amazing relationship with a subcontractor, is where it's a true partnership, where they're winning and you're winning, they're doing amazing work for you and for your clients, you're paying them and compensating them well. This is the kind of thriving relationship and partnership we want to have that creates a really healthy business, amazingly happy customers. So how do we have that happen? So I want to stick to kind of the basics here. So the first thing is we've got to make sure that what we're offering to subcontractors is a great offer. Just like if we want to attract the best customers and command the most money, we have to just deliver the best service at the end of the day at every single touch point with a customer. It's not just that I've got to give them a good paint job at the end. I know a lot of painting contractors that are out there who do amazing work, but that's all they do really well. They don't have an amazing experience in the sales process. They don't have an amazing experience with communication. They don't have an amazing experience when they call up and how quickly they get a return phone call. They don't have an amazing experience on their website or with their brand on social media or wherever they interact. Subcontractors is the same way. We want to make sure that they have an amazing experience with us every step of the way, especially when there's problems that happen, how quickly they get paid, how much they get paid, how organized and prepared the job is before they ever start the job, how consistent the workflow is. See, if we don't knock it out of the park with what we offer and how we serve our subcontractors, we're not gonna keep great subcontractors in partnership with us because they're gonna go and work with someone who does do all those things. All right, so that's the most fundamental and most important thing, is we have to pay them well, which means our prices need to be good. And to get good prices, we gotta have a great sales process, and that's the marketing and sales and estimating side of things. We have to pay them well. We gotta pay them on time. We gotta treat them like a partner. We gotta treat them with the utmost respect and love and care and consideration, like you would anybody that you care about. You know, if you want someone to really take care of you, you gotta take care of them. We gotta make sure that we've got consistent work, that when problems happen, we deal with it as partners and not play the blame game and not throw people under the bus. All right, so this is the most fundamental thing, is I would sum all of that up with, I've got a great offer to subcontractors. I am offering what great subcontractors want. So that's the first thing. If you don't have that, at best, you'll attract someone great and you'll lose them. All right, you won't keep them. So that's gotta be there. That's the most fundamental principle to attracting any team member to your organization. Right now we're talking about subcontractors, but that's also with employee painters. That's also with your sales reps and estimators, your project managers, office managers, potential business partners. So let's assume you've got a great offer to subcontractors. Now we've gotta do a great job actually finding them. So how do we do that? Well, it's kind of like a numbers game. We want to be posting ads and posting them frequently and often. One thing that you want to understand about our industry is there's a lot of amazing painters and subcontractors out there, but the good ones are working. You also want to understand that turnover is very common. So for many different reasons. So if a really great subcontractor is out there, they might not be looking at job postings today. They might not be looking at Craigslist or talking to their Sherwin rep about, hey, you know anybody who's got work? They might not be doing that today because they're on a job today and they're on a job for 4 or 5 weeks with another contractor. And then all of a sudden, though, that contractor doesn't have work with them for a week and they go looking. Or all of a sudden, they have a problem job with that guy they're working for and it doesn't go well, he doesn't handle it well, they have a little bit of a falling out and they're like, dude, screw that guy. Or they start feeling nickeled and dimed by someone, so they start looking elsewhere. The great subcontractors, they're not looking every single day for someone else to work for, but they are at some point gonna start looking. And when they do, we wanna be there. So we've gotta make sure we're posting ads consistently, frequently, and often. We wanna make sure that you're networking with your paint reps, finding out who's not buying as much paint, who's the best crews you know, who can getting phone numbers and working that angle. If you see someone that's in an unmarked van, looks like it might be a subcontractor who's doing some painting, go talk to them. And I can't tell you how many amazing subcontractor relationships we've created over the years by just talking to people who are painting houses nearby. That's the most fundamental 2 things for attracting great subcontractors to your business. So fundamentally, if you want to attract great subcontractors or great painters in your business, you've got to have an amazing thing that you're offering, and you got to make sure that you've got your line in the water. You got to make sure that when those people come looking, you're there. And I'll end with just putting in perspective that you don't need that many amazing painters or subcontractors for your business. So let's take a look at the numbers real quick. A 2-man crew should be able to produce at least $5,000 to $6,000 in revenue per week. So let's just say a 2-man crew produced $250,000 a year. Conservatively, good painters should be able to do even more than that. That means you need 8 painters to produce $1 million in business a year. 8. There are subcontractors out there, a lot of them have 2 guys, 3 guys, 4 guys. We have subcontractors who have 8 to 10 guys. You might need to form really effective relationships with 2 or 3 subcontractors to be able to produce $1 million a year in business. So then you think about, how long is it going to take me to build my marketing and sales up to $1 million a year? Like, let's say you do it quickly and you do it in 2 years. That means you've got 2 years to form 3 relationships with the right subcontractors. That means you need to find a great new subcontractor every 7 months, 8 months, 6 months, whatever. But you've got time, so you don't need to be in a rush. What you need is a great offer, patience, and persistence. And then when you do find a great relationship with someone you want to work with long term, nurture that relationship like it's a marriage, like it's a partnership, like they are so deeply important to you because they are. Working with subcontractors, and I think any of your team and employees, it really is about partnership, and your job is to serve them, take care of them, make sure they're winning. And if they're winning, you're gonna win. So that's how you attract great subcontractors, painters, and employees in your business and build a really amazing company.